welcome back to Ralph's Garage. Out here working on the E36 again, and I broke it again. I didn't break down, but I broke it. I noticed after I did a rather aggressive launch slash burnout type thing, I was getting a thump from the rear on acceleration and decel and when shifting. So I put it up on the ramps and the jack stands and went underneath, and I started looking around, and this is what I found. Let me set you down. Okay, so once I looked under the car, I was looking at the the mounting points for the rear differential. It seemed like that's where it was coming from. This is the bolt, the forward bolt that mounts the rear diff to the frame. It goes like longitudinally from front to back through the subframe, and this is I read online that people break these a lot. So I didn't actually break it, but what I did was I bent it, and I don't know if it's hard to see. It's kind of bent this way, right here. So you can kind of see right there. It's easier when I hold it up to this bolt. You can see daylight through there, and then as I turn it, if you watch this end, see how it's pointed away, and it turns back, and then a gap opens here. Yeah, see, definitely bent. So anyway, I'm glad I didn't break it because it was easier to get out, but I got another bolt here. This is only a grade 8, and this one is a grade 9 or grade 10. So I'm gonna put this one in for now, and I'm gonna order one of these, or see if I could find maybe a stronger bolt or something that I can put in here. This is I think it's a M12 1.5 is what this is. I think this is like 80 mils in length. This one is slightly longer. It'll get the job done. And it actually looks like, when you look at the old bolt, you can see there's like a couple of clean threads. And it looks like these threads weren't actually in the differential. There's like a bushing. So it looks like maybe the bushing is longer. So I got one where the threads kind of start right in that same spot here. So hopefully this will be a little stronger, because obviously the weak point of this is where the threads start. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in, and I'll meet you under the car. Okay, so I actually realized that I have an extra subframe here, so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. Let me set you down. So this is the bolt hole. The differential would be here, and I think the bolt goes this way, like that. So I can see the difference in my bolt length. So here it sticks out a little bit past where the threads start, and that's with one washer on the factory bolt, the bent one. So I'm going to put a washer on this. Sticks out quite a bit more, so I'm going to put 2 more washers on there. That's about right. I think I'm going to put one more, but it's going to be a lock washer. So I'll put the lock washer on, then I'll load up the washer stack, and now I have all threads exposed, and it's right at the end, and when it crushes down, it should bring it out to right where this one was at. So let me get this installed. See, this is where it threads into here on the transmission, and this is that spot that we were looking at before. And right now I got the diff supported by a bolt, or by a jack. So let me try and set you down here. Trying to get some light. See if I can get this. I thought my reverse lights weren't working because something was wrong in the transmission, but actually the connector wasn't all the way seated, so probably the reverse lights will work now. I don't know. Let's find. You guys be my eyes. Tell me if these reverse lights turn on. Oh yeah, look at that. Fixed. Fixed 2 things on the car today. Next thing that we're going to tackle is we're going to shut this off. Next thing that we're going to tackle is under the hood, actually. I am going to pull the radiator shroud off. We're going to swap the fan out. I got a Spal fan or Spal fan to replace that cheap eBay one. I got this nice fan. I did notice if I'm beating on the car, it does get hot. I don't have numbers for you, but on the BMW gauge, between halfway and 3/4 is where it will normally live while I'm cruising around. But if I beat on it, it'll go past 3/4, and it'll run hotter anyway, just because it's an LS versus the 4-cylinder that BMW had in here. So the gauge, you know, straight up and down would be good for the 4-cylinder. Maybe a little bit over to the right would be good for the V8. But sometimes I go like pretty far beyond 3/4, and let's be honest, that eBay fan's junk, so let's put a good fan in it. Let me pull the shroud out of there. Pulling the shroud is actually pretty easy if I have the right size Allen key. Drop it out the bottom. And here's our shroud. We'll take and work on this over on the bench, which I need to clean off. So let me clean this off. We got our fan. I need that Allen key. So I'm gonna pull this Allen key off. These Allen keys out of here. See, we're not very tight. They have nuts on the bottom. And we're going to keep these. We might end up using them. Okay, we got our eBay fan. We're going to set this to the side. Actually going to set the shroud to the side. Cheap one. Trust me, away. There's our fan. It looks exactly like our other one. It has a little more weight to it. Oh yeah. So let's we'll set this eBay one to the side. We are going to take the connector off of this one because I put this nice I don't know, these connectors came with the wiring specialties harness, came with these fan plugs. So let's just see if we can get this to mount up easily on this here shroud, which it looks to me like it won't be a problem. Top, so I do want to flip it this way. Yeah, so it's gonna be, it's a little smaller in diameter. It's okay. We can make this work. If we split the difference there, that's actually pretty good. And then this eBay one came with these clips, and they just don't quite make it. Ooh, they do, yeah. So we're gonna take these clips off of the eBay one, these mount clips, and we're gonna use those with the nice one. We are gonna have to drill new holes. I don't know if these are gonna work. They're just the tiniest bit too small, maybe with a 5. Come to think of it, we actually don't need these. So what we can do, there's mount tabs already in it. We can just use those. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Let me get a Sharpie. I'm going to notch these. We're not going to use these like removable mounts. I'm just going to use the holes that are already built in. Let me mark that. And then we'll drill our holes. I'm just going to put a piece of wood under this. Tired scrap piece here. Get these holes drilled. I'm going to use a center punch. I'm going to do things right here. Come on. Okay. Now we'll drill a hole. Go. That's good. Okay, so now we got the mount solution done. I'm going to go ahead and wrap the this in that gold foil tape because it looks cool, and it'll also plug up the holes along here. Alright guys, I'm all done with the fan. Just have to get it installed. The battery on the GoPro died, so I threw it on the charger, and I went ahead and put the connector on. And we're ready to reinstall this. So let's get it installed, and then we'll go for a drive. Yeah, see if I fix that clunk, and see how the temps look. So let me get it installed. Got the fan all installed. Actually, I need to put the intake back on. That was dumb. I forgot that. Let me get that real quick. Alright, so now I got the fan all back on. It looks pretty good. I don't know if you guys can see the gold. It's in there. It's clashing with the radiator. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is take the car off the jack stands, and then we'll start it up, and we'll take it for a ride, and we'll see how the temps do. I'm going to start it up, let it idle, make sure the fan kicks on and everything. I don't foresee a problem with it. Pretty quality fan, and It's 2 wires, red to red, black to black. Wasn't that hard. So let me pull it down off the jack stands, and I'll meet up with you once I get that done. Goes. I'm gonna let it run for a few minutes, let it heat up. All right, it's been a few minutes. I just heard the fans kick on. Woo! That moves a lot more air than that crappy fan. Let's see. We'll see. Nice. All right, let's take it for a ride. It's not clunking. It was very noticeable before. Fast. I can actually hear the fan on pretty much all the time. I probably have to go into HP tuners and turn the speed that it, or the temperature that it shuts off a little higher, because I think I had put it real low because that other fan was pretty crappy. So the other fan pretty much ran all the time. It's my favorite spot right here. You know the deal. Gonna let her rip in a second, okay? And now you can really hear the fan. That thing is just going. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this episode. Got the new fan installed. Sounds like a vacuum cleaner. It sucks really good. And I fixed that bent bolt on the forward mount for the rear differential that was causing a clunk. Other than that, car's running pretty good. Knock on wood. I'm cruising around in it, and I'm enjoying myself. The weather broke, so we had like a week where it wasn't 98 degrees out and 90% humidity. So I've really been enjoying driving it. It's nice with the windows down to cruise. The weather's turning around again, and it's going to be over 90, so I'm probably going to drive the Legacy again, just because that has ice cold air. The Legacy's quick, but it's not. It's certainly not a V8, that's for sure. But yeah, all right. Well, thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. If you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Make sure that you hit the bell button. That'll give you the notification to let you know when I upload a video. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.